Hello and welcome to Required Reading, the podcast that revisits the most impactful books and this week, movies from our childhood. It is Camp Required Reading again. I am trying to do the shortest preamble ever because we're both so pumped for this. I'm your host, Erin Bowles. Our guest today is returning guest Natalie Ortega.
Whoop,
Natalie
whoop.
is a writer, actor, and musician who recently wrapped her Broadway debut in Wicked as Nessa Rose. Natalie's other credits include the final season of Search Party on HBO Max and a role in the Endeavor content feature Maybe I Do opposite Susan Sarandon. I did not know this. And Natalie will next be seen in the feature Office Romance from director Ol Parker, starring Jennifer Lopez and Brett Goldstein. I did not know that either.
Thanks for having
Welcome.
me, girl. Thanks for having me.
Our movie today is international classic from 2008, feature film on Disney Channel original
DCOM.
movie. DCOM. Oh, I still so vividly remember like the little prologue with the kids
Let's
dancing and
watch a
flipping.
Disney Channel movie. Yeah, so good.
Oh my gosh. Camp Rock.
Oh, Camp Rock. Camp Rock is the first movie I made my boyfriend watch with me. We've been together for 5 years, and this is like during the pandemic, and he like drove to my parents' house with a DVD. And I was like, you think I don't already have this? But it was really sweet. Like it was like the first thing I was like, you don't know me unless you've seen this.
We don't know each other extremely well, and yet the second I started rewatching this, I was like, oh, everything makes sense.
Yeah.
Of course.
You said it.
Here we
Actually, everything
are.
I've ever seen, it tracks. It's perfect. It's a
I
perfect film.
Yeah. It was thematically a lot better and richer than I expected or
Mhm.
remember, because of course I watched this when it came out. 2008, I had just finished elementary school. I was 10 years old. This was the world. I was so
Yeah.
deeply entrenched in
A
the
hundred. It
Disney
was made
world.
for you and your life at that point.
Yes. And I feel like you have to talk about this movie in conversation with High School Musical. It was an era. One tiny thing I'll say about High School Musical. I went to three different elementary schools, and when High School Musical came out was the one year I was at this my middle elementary school, and our colors were red and white, and we were the Wildcats. So we
Wow.
matched.
It must have been devastating to leave.
It was fine. I like didn't have any friends, but it was like we were chosen.
The energy in that school must have been insane. I loved, see, I was a big High School Musical kid as well.
Mm.
But High School Musical came out when I was like, I think maybe like 3 years before Camp Rock. I was like 10 or 11. Camp Rock came out when I was 13, which is like, I
Mm.
was old enough to have a crush on Joe Jonas. I was like, it was like all that mattered to me. Like, I wish I still had a picture of my bedroom wall. It was
Yes.
wallpapered. And when I tell you wallpapered, I mean like every inch of the wall covered with posters from J14 Mag and Tiger Beat of the
Tiger
Jonas
Beat.
Brothers. I know. There's so
There
much to
are
talk about with this
like,
movie.
yes, rich.
Rich. It's so rich.
So you're a singer-writer.
Hmm.
When this movie came out, how far were you into your journey?
Deep.
Yeah, that you identified with Mitchie and were
Deep
aligned.
because I started playing guitar, not well, but started playing guitar when I was like 10 or 11 because Taylor Swift's first album had come out and I was obsessed with her. And then I don't know if you remember
Earth-shattering.
this lore, right after the Camp Rock hype, like right when Joe Jonas was at his peak. Sorry, Joe. He was dating Taylor Swift. And I was like, the
Yes.
universe is doing this for me. The two people I love most in this world, sorry, mom and dad, are now together. It meant everything to me. But yeah, I was pretty deep in my Taylor Swift hole at that point. And so I was very able to project myself onto Mitchie. But did you know that it originally wasn't Demi?
No, I don't think so. Tell me more.
Okay, if any listeners here know anything different, to my understanding, it was initially offered to Selena Gomez.
Okay, that tracks.
And the male role was initially offered to somebody else less famous
Mm.
because Selena was famous. So they didn't need a star in that other role. Selena took another job, basically gave the movie to Demi because they were best friends. And she was like, I found out that if I didn't take it, they would give it to Demi. And so she basically handed the movie to Demi. And because Demi was like a newcomer, they needed someone famous
Yeah.
in the Shane Gray role. So they wrote the other two brothers kind of in it, but
They're
yeah.
barely in it.
No, they all auditioned for Shane Gray and they gave it to Joe.
Well, Joe was kind of the front man. I was a Nick
With
girl, which I do feel is
oh,
like so like everyone has their Disney princess, everyone has their Jonas brother, and it's never
100%.
Kevin.
No, poor thing. But it was like, I really remember, like, and I can't think of any other like pop culture thing, a band, like One Direction, nothing where people were literally
No,
split as evenly as they were. One Direction was like, you liked Harry Styles. And if you didn't like Harry Styles and you liked like Niall, it was like, okay, but you were in the minority. We get it. He's
it's a
handsome, he's
performance.
talented, but
Yeah.
like, it's like people who chose Kevin Jonas. I love all of them equally, but it's like you didn't have a crush on Kevin Jonas. You wanted to be important. But the even split between Nick and Joe should be studied because it
Yes.
really was like a true even split. You were a Nick girl or a Joe girl. I was a Joe girl,
Yeah.
fiercely.
There were a lot of duologies like that, duologies,
Yeah, do
dynamics like that,
yeah.
and duologies.
I like that. I'm
But
using it
you're
forever.
so, especially at the time, you're so right of like Edward and Jacob and
Yep.
Peeta and Gail,
Yeah.
none were
None of that or
as
that, like a
even.
true
Yeah.
even draw. Yeah. And I went to see they went on like tour with Demi Lovato right after the Camp Rock came out. And the show that I saw at PNC Bank
Yeah.
Arts Center in New Jersey was the same day as Joe Jonas's 19th birthday. And I had a meet and greet. And I remember thinking, like, I'll tell you exactly what I wore. I wore red skinny jeans because that was a thing then. And I wore a Where the Wild Things Are t-shirt from Delia's because
Delias.
Joe Jonas said it was his favorite book. So I ordered that online. But then I bought a Jonas Brothers t-shirt before I did the meet and greet. So I should really send you that picture. That should be what the Instagram post
Please
is for
do.
this. I have it. It's me with the Jonas Brothers and I look like I'm on speed. I look crazy.
Well, of course you do.
You know when you smile and your teeth don't touch, you're just like it's
Yes.
so upsetting. They were probably so scared.
But I also wanted to ask what your relationship was with camp and music camp.
I always wanted to be a sleepaway camp kid and I never was. My parents just like never let me do
Mhm.
sleepaway camp. I did like acting camp. That was like day camp, but it's not even close to being the same. Like Camp Rock was true escapism to me. It's like the way that I think like people in other countries watch movies about American high schools and are like, it's almost like kitsch, but it's like, no, that actually is
Yes.
what American high schools are like. But it's like so specific to an American high school that like that's how I viewed Camp Rock, where I was like, this is like escapism to me. It can't be
Yes.
real, but I do think people have real camp experiences like that.
There
Did you do
is
camp?
oh, I well, because I was a Girl Scout, I did a ton of camp, but never anything performing arts
Musical, yeah, yeah.
related. Never that. I mean, I played piano for like 11 years growing up,
Hmm.
but I don't think anyone actually ever said this to me, but I played with a lot of heart and very little technical skill.
I love that. So did all of them.
And I had
You'd fit right in.
although I will say Demi Lovato was 15 filming this, and
I
her voice
know.
is not as good as it's gonna be, but
It's
amazing.
it's incredible. It's can you respectfully, and I would lay down my life for Selena Gomez. It would not be the movie that it is
Can't
without Demi's
compare.
voice. No, Demi's a freak of nature. She's so good. It's really crazy.
Yes.
I remember on the camp thing a little bit. I remember one of my best friends from like middle through high school went to like Jewish sleepaway camp every summer. And I remember being
Mm,
so jealous whenever she would leave because she would have so much
yes.
fun at Jewish sleepaway camp. And I met another friend, a newer friend recently who did like the same thing, but it was like Christian sleepaway camp. And to hear them both
Oh.
explain it, it was like, it's first of all the same exact thing. You guys are doing the same exact thing and you guys should just do it together. But it sounded so fun and also so crazy. Like I wouldn't let my child
Yes.
go to that. Like I wouldn't let my kid go to Camp Rock. Everybody's mean. There's a famous
Yes.
person there. You guys are probably smooching. Like I'm not letting my kid go there.
Yes. I went to sleepaway camp twice when I was in elementary school, and it was only a week long. And it was Girl Scouts, so we were doing like swimming and archery and stuff. But this version of camp, where it's like 2 months, you get like very rich, complicated dynamics. I
Yes.
very much did want to do that, but I think the idea of being at camp with boys is like sacrilegious to me. It just seems so pearl clutching to me. I can't do it.
It's crazy. I also was not a kid that wanted to be away from home that long, especially at like
Mhm.
14, like something like that. But
Mhm.
I also was the kid who like I was in love with the Jonas Brothers, but real life
Mhm.
boys I wanted nothing to do with. Like I would have a crush, and if they paid me any attention, I'd be like, I will end it all right now. Like I will kill myself. Like I don't want you to even talk to me. Like I was horrified of boys. So the idea of like sleeping in a cabin that's near a cabin where boys are sleeping. I also didn't have brothers. Like it wasn't like I
Mhm.
was like, get out of my space. I would be like so freaked by that. It would be a mom come pick
It
me up thing.
exactly. It's like unfathomable that this exists because they can like I didn't know a lot of people who like went to Jewish sleepaway camp, which is like a cultural entity somehow in our
Oh, it
childhoods though.
is, and
Like
it sounds so fun.
yes. But I think I also understood it to be like hypersexual for
Yes,
like
slutty, slutty
young
camp.
kids.
Yes.
Slutty camp. And I'm sure they were overselling it.
No, my friend who was
But
just telling you about Christian sleepaway camp, she was like, it sounded exactly the same. And I know that it's the Jewish sleepaway camp is more of like truly like a cultural institution, but like
mhm,
it sounds like they're all doing the same thing. And I don't think it's like camp specific. I think it's like putting adolescent co-eds together. What a nightmare. But then also the
I
counselors are
know.
all teenagers too. They're just like older teenagers.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Yes.
couldn't be me. It couldn't be
Because
me.
no, although I wanted it so bad and I like still do.
Yeah. Yeah. There should be a camp for adults where we could all like
Yes.
go like do like I don't know, like summer camp stuff, but like as adults.
I want it so bad. And I'm sure it exists, but it's $1 million.
Yeah, it's like
So I'll be like,
glamping. Yeah.
I took 3 pages of notes.
Oh, I love it.
Um, so
Front and
I think
back, front and back.
one page is like just a huge quote
Lo-
from when
oh, I
Mitchie
can't
stands up to
wait.
our villain Tess. If you are unfamiliar with the story of Camp Rock, there is a camp for musicians, dancers. It is what gets you in the industry. Mitchie Torres wants to go, cannot afford it. Her mother, who just launched a catering business, takes a job cooking at the camp, and Mitchie can go not for free. This is only mentioned once for a
At a
discount
discount. Yeah.
at a discount. Mitchie gets to camp. Everyone is a Nepo baby. Everyone's dad, like everyone's asking, what does your
On the
dad
everybody
own?
being a nepo baby is so
Mhm.
funny because that you see like this one girl sing and she's amazing and they're like her mom's on
Yes.
Broadway, but they say it like derogatory, like Broadway's like the dirty, like less good way to be a nepo baby, and I thought that was so funny.
And Mitchie is ashamed that she wants to fit in the cool kids. She's ashamed by her working class upbringing. Her dad owns a hardware store. So she lies and says that
And
her
says her
mom
mom
is
is the president of Hot Tunes China.
Tunes China, which is like MTV essentially for kids.
I think it's like iTunes. I think it's supposed to be like iTunes
Oh, wow.
or
That makes
something
more
like
sense.
that. But she couldn't
It
be the
was
president of Hot
2008.
Tunes
Yeah.
in yeah, of Hot Tunes in America because obviously all these Nepo children wouldn't know who that is. So yeah, her mom takes a job as in her mind as the president of Hot Tunes TV China. Oh, Hot Tunes TV. Yes, you're right. It is MTV.
And
Wow.
Shane Gray, bad boy band lead, is sent to Camp Rock, his alma mater, as punishment by the record label.
To rehab
And
his
they have a thing,
image.
him and, yes, he has to teach
I
the most amazing hip hop class.
I could do that dance in my head. Also, it's important to know if you
Yeah.
haven't seen it that this is the era of Joe Jonas where his hair is as long as your mom's and it is straightened within an inch of falling out. And I wanted to put it in my mouth. Like he was so hot and he was so truly hard to look at if you look back now.
Yes. There is a line where he's calling his brothers, who I don't think are supposed to be his brothers in the film, because they say
No,
they
they're
met at
supposed to be
Camp
like
Rock.
friends. Yeah.
And it's like, of course they are. Everyone is so baby faced in this. It is
Yes.
astonishing.
Yeah.
But there's a line where Joe Jonas is calling and complaining, and he's like, I've been here, I've looked at a
At a
tree, I need
tree.
hair product.
Yes. I've looked at a tree. I need hair product. And his all the line delivery is so
um,
bad. It's crazy.
it really
And
is.
then Kevin Jonas, hair straightened, circle scarf, goes, good luck. I'll never forget it.
The
I could
it is such a whirlwind exact surreal vision of 2008. I guess 2007 when they filmed it.
I do, correct me if I'm wrong, but this was like I was a Jonas Brothers fan before this. Obviously, like they were very famous.
Mhm.
They were like Burnin' Up had not come out yet. Like Burnin' Up came out right after this, which is like what
Oh,
fully catapulted
yeah.
them. That made them like massive, massive stars. So
Yes.
this was the era where they blew up like crazy big.
Hmm.
And it was all due to Camp
Yeah.
Rock.
I think only their debut album had come out with the black and white cover with the gold trim.
That's correct. Only Jonas Brothers
Yeah.
had come out. And About Time, if you know
And
Jonas
yeah,
Brothers lore. If you
yes.
know
And Burnin'
Jonas.
Up, which is good to mention, has Selena Gomez in the music video
Which was such big drama. Do you remember why this was such big drama?
because Nick was with Miley, but
Well, they
then
had just
with
broken
Selena
up.
in.
Yes. This
Wow.
was the big like Niley Nalina
Mm.
thing. And I will say it's the most high school thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, obviously, this was happening. Obviously, he dated both of these girls back and forth like 3 times. Like, that is the truest to high school thing I've ever seen in my life. I still would do anything to see Niley together. Like, Nick and Miley they meant everything to me. They meant everything to me.
Even as they are today, even with Miley and her Grammy and Nick with Priyanka.
I am terrified to say this on podcast, but I have no
Mm.
filter. And that is, I think Miley is too good for him. Now,
Yes.
I don't think that that's because Nick Jonas isn't wonderful. I think it's because genuinely Miley is like cannot be beat. Like Miley is an angel.
Untouchable.
M-
Yeah.
I we could do a whole hour on her. Also, I bowled against Nick Jonas a couple months ago at Broadway
Wow.
bowling,
Oh, Broadway bowling.
and he brought his own shoes and his own ball. And so I was really nervous because I was going head to head with him. Like you get ranked against the players on the other team. So I was going head to head against Nick Jonas and I beat him. And I do think that, and it's hard for me to beat somebody. I'm going to be honest with you. Like I'm not great. I'm not bad at bowling. I'm like decent. But like if you bring your own ball, babe, you got to win. You can't
You
bring
gotta
your own shoes and not
win.
win. So for that reason, I think that Miley's doing okay. But I do love
Mhm.
Nick. I do love him.
That I'm so ecstatic for you that you got to bowl against Nick Jonas.
It
That
was
really
big for me.
feels.
It was big for me.
The Jonas Brothers have like one number together in this movie about halfway through that
Music
like it
in my
restored
soul.
something in me. It like
Ugh.
restored a vitality within me of like Nick does the little guitar kick during it
Kevin does one of
and
those spins.
spins. Yes.
Those like Jonas Brothers,
It
like
and the jeans are so skinny. It like put something back inside me. It was
yeah,
wonderful.
it brought me back to life, really.
I do want to talk about the fashion just because I feel like it's undeniable.
It's
I started
deranged.
keeping a list. Fringe boots, right at the top. Mitchie is walking around camp with the fringe boots.
I wanted that
The long
outfit so
necklaces.
bad. The
Yes.
like weird like
Her.
empire
Mhm.
waist shirt, like pink
Yes.
empire waist shirt, dark skinny jeans, and light like tan fringe boots.
Yes. And always the long necklaces. Her purple outfit at the final jam. I like, as an adult, I'm like, not bad, actually.
Oh,
Working with what you have in 2008.
that final jam, everyone does like this girl has Disney knees. Like they talk about Olivia Rodrigo singing and having Disney
Yes.
knees. That's where Disney knees were created. And I remember thinking it was the
Is
coolest
this is
move
me.
ever. I was like, that is like, God, she looks so cool. Oh,
She looks so cool.
what a
I
good song.
agree. The music in this was astonishing.
Hasta
There
la
is
Vista,
not.
great song. No skips.
Hasta la Vista is a great song. I was surprised that it felt like the most memorable songs, at least to me, were by the secondary and tertiary characters.
Oh,
Like the
yeah.
first, Who's Got What It Takes?
Oh, that's
Totally
the girl whose
random
mom's on
girl.
Broadway. That's the girl whose mom's on Broadway. And they're like,
Broadway.
this little scrub, her mom's on Broadway.
And it's so good. I was astonished by like how kind of literal, not in a bad way, the lyrics
Mhm.
were. Like
Mhm.
Tess is the antagonist, the mean girl, who's got a famous mom who does not pay attention to her. I was
Yeah.
so moved by that whole storyline. I was
Yep.
astonished.
Yep.
And I think it's the only decom that I can remember where we really got into the mind
Villain.
and
Yeah.
yeah, the perspective of why a mean girl is behaving like this, which I really appreciated.
Yeah. Cause I think a lot of times it was like, especially with DCOMs, you have like 90 minutes they're made for kids, so you're not like, you can only teach like one lesson at a time. This one was
Mm-hmm.
actually very layered. And what I do think is really
Very.
honest of them that they did, and really like smart, and like gave kids a lot of, they gave them the benefit of the doubt that they could keep up, is that in Camp
Yeah.
Rock 2, she was kind of a bitch again.
Oh.
You know, but not like,
I mean,
she wasn't kind of like evil like she was in the first one, but like she's a
mm-hmm.
brat, and she like chooses the shiny camp over her friends, and eventually in the end she chooses her friends. But I like that, where you're like, this person has nuance, there's a reason she is the way that she is, but once we identify with her, it doesn't mean she changes. Like, it doesn't mean
No.
this person
Mm.
is fixed now, and I actually really liked that.
Yeah.
But yeah, too cool with her
I like
little,
how, like, yes, with the shoulder choreography,
that skinny little
which,
teenager
like,
shoulder,
you
and she's
could.
like,
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
oh, so good. It's so good. It's so iconic.
It is, yeah, such an incredible time capsule. And yeah, like I was surprised a lot by the lyrics. Like Hasta la Vista is a sad kind of song, even though it's
Mm-hmm.
so upbeat. Everyone was like, I'm sad to see you go. It like reminded
Yeah.
me of a camp song I had
Yeah.
about like, I'm just sad that this is over. The lyrics are to This Is Me, the biggest song. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I found who I am. Those are like, I'm still working towards
I
those
know. I
goals,
know. And that
as
song
an
is a
adult.
friggin' banger. Like, who was writing songs for Disney Channel between 2006 and 2009? Like, they were so good. They were like
I don't know.
genuinely fantastic
Yeah.
songs.
Yes.
So good.
Although the woman who plays the music director with the red hair, Dee,
Hmm.
is one of the four
No
writers on
way.
this movie.
I love that.
I do too. I She did a really good
She did
job.
a
The
really good
whole
job.
movie
Thank
is
you, Dee.
really good. Thank you, Dee. Oh my gosh. There's so much to discuss. Okay. Where was I? I don't love, however, that Mitchie's well, in addition to the into the finances, is stage fright. That does not make sense to me, really. You want to
No,
be a
not with the way they set
performer.
her up. I mean, like, I think a lot of performers have stage fright, but they really set her up to be like begging to go to this camp. The way she talks to her friend in the beginning of the movie, it's like there's no fear at all here. Like, she's like singing in her bedroom like a diva at the top. It's just like, it doesn't really super line up for me. Also, it
Mhm.
just felt not necessary.
No, there's so much else going on
I
in
actually,
terms of
before you even said
plot.
that, forgot that that was part of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Oh
a
yeah.
strange one where she's like in class and she's like whisper singing.
Yes. Although, I loved Camp Rock, a movie that is very similar but was bigger to me and was not on Disney Channel was Raise Your Voice with Hilary Duff. Are you
La, la, la,
familiar?
la, 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 la. Yeah, she does that weird thing in music class where she just sings la la la. I have seen that movie. It was nowhere near Camp Rock for me as far as like
Mhm.
personal impact. But yeah, I think that they were trying to like definitely harness some of that Hillary
Mhm.
power.
That movie, yeah, very critical to me. I would often have a road trip from where I was from in Maryland to where my whole family is from in Kentucky. And once when I was very young, my dad and I had just, started out, and I was like, I forgot my hairbrush. We're in the middle of West Virginia. I need you to pull over and buy me a hairbrush. And he's
Hairbrush.
like, okay, while I was in there, I found, I found a Hillary Duff movie, and I know you like her, so you can watch it in my like 15-pound
Yeah,
MacBook.
portable
And
DVD
it was
player.
Raise
Yeah.
Your Voice.
Oh,
Yes. And changed my, because it was like adult and edgy. There's like a
it
huge
was. It
makeout
was,
scene with Kat
yes, it was
Dennings
edgy.
that
Yeah.
changed me. Um,
It woke
yes.
me
So
up.
it, especially like a gay part, Kat Dennings is very important to me
Hell yeah.
in my queerness.
She's truly also so deeply gorgeous, and so Kat
Oh my
Dennings
God.
in everything she does. And that's not to say she doesn't have range, but it's just like when you see Kat Dennings, you see Kat Dennings, and there's something very attractive about that. Of her being like, this is real, this is me.
Just This is me, undeniable. Yeah, there was something just so like authentic and true and different about her, and edgy, of
Yeah.
course. That was
Yeah.
her whole brand.
She would have been so good as
Um,
Mitchie. If our
yeah,
Queen Demi didn't do it, Kat Dennings would be such a good Mitchie.
totally separate. I love a mess hall. I don't know what it is. The community, the giant space. I
Like
love
a
a mess hall.
cafeteria, just like a
Although
cafeteria.
yeah, yeah, like at camp,
Oh,
at camp with the
specifically
wood
a
walls,
camp cafeteria. Yeah, yeah,
at
yeah.
camp.
We're all just
At
like picking up
camp.
open bowls of things, like just open
Yes.
top bowls of things. Yeah. It's like the
Everyone's
original hot
there.
bar.
Although everyone's like, this cook has better food. It's great. There is a food fight scene, and their food looks fucked up in that. It is a
The
giant
pasta
plate of
looks so
spaghetti
dry. That's clumped together. No sauce.
clumped together, absolutely no sauce, and then like a bowl of vegetables inside.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep.
Absolutely. What were you doing there, Connie? What
Connie,
I
are you
Connie.
hungover? Connie, what is happening today? No, I remember that. And I remember in that food fight scene, the noodles stick in their hair in a way that
Yes.
I knew even then, I was like, that's a nightmare. Whoever has to like reset this to do it again, to get that out of their
Yeah.
hair is like, ugh, you knew their hair was like sticky and ugh. I'll never,
Yes.
I have one note for Camp Rock. Fix that. Don't do
Fix
that next time.
that. I loved the auto tune in the woods. I don't know how they got it. I don't care.
They do have, I will say, such a high tech systems at that camp for like living in log
Yes.
cabins, like living in like wood cabins. They have like really, and they're like the poor camp because you find out in the next movie there's like a rich camp across the
Yes.
lake. For being
Good
the poor camp,
point.
they've got really, really high tech equipment.
Full on
Not to,
pyrotechnics. Yeah.
yeah, yes, for like a nighttime jam, not even like the final
Yes.
performance. Like my theater camp that I went to, we worked 3 weeks, 5 days a week, like 10 hours a day, the poor counselors, to get to a final performance where we all wore the same t-shirt and like
Mm,
the lights were up the whole time. Like it was like
yeah.
there were no chair, there were no set. There was and they really did it at Camp Rock. They really did it. And so
They
I get
went
that I get that
full.
that Demi couldn't go for free. Look at how much
No.
money they need to make all this work.
Insane.
It really
The,
was.
and yeah, like that's the thing. Like a Disney Channel original movie, the dialogue will not be spectacular. The acting will have some flaws. They're children.
Sure.
The
Yeah.
production design will always be fantastic. There's
Oh,
one, it is such a nothing moment where they're in the cafeteria and they're going to the soda fountain and it's trumpets. The soda's coming out of
yes.
trumpets.
And I remember it was that when you see them, it's Tess getting soda out of the trumpets. And I remember thinking, like, God, she looks so cool. Like she was like supposed to be the cool bitchy one, and she was like getting soda out of a trumpet. It's so strange that you mentioned that because I forgot that existed until you said it, and now I can see it so clearly in my mind. But
It
yeah,
I
there were a lot
remembered
of things. There were
like
trampolines in the stage that then
yes.
disappeared from the stage for that final
Went
jam.
lower.
Like they have like hydraulics. It's
Yes.
crazy.
And yet this is me. You can tell she is clearly like just standing in front of a cardboard wall.
Yep,
There is like
a
especially the way
true
it's
like
framed,
yep.
a true cardboard wall.
But
Sparkly,
that's all Mitchie
but
needs
still.
to shine, Erin. That's all she needs.
It, it does testify to like Demi's ability and star power to
Yeah.
because you're gripped, you're held.
Oh, I am absolutely gripped. Also, Demi used to do this thing before she like fully learned how to use her voice, where she would exhale in the middle of phrases and in such a like she like, this is real, this is me. And I was just like, that's singing. Like that is singing. Like it took years for voice teachers to be like, stop doing that to me because I just wanted to sound like her. I thought she was so interesting and she
Yeah.
was. She was just like so cool. She was the coolest 15-year-old I'd ever seen.
Oh my goodness. And her first two albums were the only ones that I like purchased because I aged sort of out.
Mm.
Fantastic
That first
albums.
one she made, I think it was just called Demi Lovato, right? Where she's like on the cover, it's like
Yeah.
Get
Or something
Back and
like
all
that.
and she like co-wrote all of those like with the Jonas Brothers.
La La Land.
Oh, who says I can't wear my Converse with my skirt, dress,
Uh,
whatever. What a banger of an album. And I remember
yes.
her saying this at the time. She must have been 16 years old. They were like, what was it like co-writing with the Jonas Brothers? She's like, oh, we're really good friends now. Like I had written the whole album by myself, but when I brought it to Disney, they said it was too dark. So they like paired me with
Yeah.
the Jonas Brothers to like lighten it up a bit. And I was like, that is so cool. Like I'm sure it's
Yes.
true, but I at the time I was just like, that is the coolest person I've ever seen.
Because there is an interview that resurfaces every once in a while, and I need Demi Lovato to write a memoir one day.
Oh, she will. She
Begging
will.
for it. But there is an interview where she's like on a red carpet. She's so clearly in that first album
Yeah.
visual era. And
Yeah.
interviewers like, how do you have so much heartbreak? Like, you're 16, you can't have that much heartbreak. And just like, I have a lot. I have
Yeah.
a lot.
It's so sad. But you know what
Yeah.
too is so interesting is like she's done like a lot of like very honest interviews
Mm,
over the years as she's been like dealing with addiction and like stuff
yeah.
like that. And she said a few times, she's like, I didn't know when I was 15 what being a role model meant. Like, I did not know. It's like when you like sign up
No.
for a college loan when you're 17 and you owe $100,000. It's like, who let me make that decision? You know, like
Exactly.
she didn't know what she was signing up for. But on the other hand, it's like, any adult looking at her when she was 15, 16 was like, oh, that's a kid that's probably dealing with depression, or that's a kid that's like dealing with stuff.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that. And I just wanted to be
No.
her. There is like a built in responsibility that you have where it's like all these kids
Yes.
are going to try to be like you,
Yeah.
even if you're like, and now I do drugs, they're going to be like, I want to do that. But it makes me feel so bad for her because it's like, how could a 15-year-old possibly comprehend
No.
what that
Yeah. And
means?
I mean, she did Barney before. That's how she and Selena met. She was in
Uh,
this for so long. Both
yes.
of her parents were addicts. Her step parent was an addict. And because this movie is so much about like money,
Yes.
about Connie, the mom, not necessarily sacrificing. There's a throwaway line where they're like, the summer isn't busy for my catering business. Like, it's not
Yeah.
that great to
Yeah.
take time off. And yet it so messes with your mind because behind the scenes, and I want a documentary about just the summer they made Camp Rock, or maybe the winter,
Oh,
I don't know. So bad. And Allison Stoner is in it. All of these kids
who
are
would die
earning
for. Yeah.
money. Oh my God.
And
But all
like
of these
Demi,
kids are,
Allison has been earning
yeah,
money since she was a bitty baby, like a child,
yes. But all of these kids making this movie about parental sacrifice for children are earning money for their
for their
parents so
parents.
they can
Yeah.
live vicariously through their children getting
Yeah.
abused.
Yeah.
It
100%.
it like
It's the Jeanette
I
McCurdy of
wonder
it all.
if
It's
they
so crazy.
knew.
I almost am
Yes.
like, I really would be so interested in seeing like a Camp Rock reunion where they like talk about all these things in a real way
Oh
because
my gosh.
Allison Stoner has like touched on it a little bit, but it seems to me that at the time, I think it's probably different for all of them, right? Because it seems to me at the time,
Hmm.
especially the way she talks about it now. I don't know if you've seen any of her like podcast stuff, but like
Yeah.
Allison
Hmm.
Stoner was aware. Like she was an adult at that point. Like she was like an
Yes.
adult teenager. She had done the Missy Elliott videos. She had done Cheaper by the Dozen, which were massive movies when they came out. Like she
Hmm.
was the kid actor. And I
Yes.
think by the time she did Camp Rock, she was kind of like I've been around the
Yeah.
block before. Like she had the chip on
Yes.
her shoulder by then, which makes me sad because it's like you're a kid having an experience that should be
Hmm.
magic for you. Filming this movie
Yeah.
with a bunch of other kids at this
Yeah.
beautiful place, but it's like that wasn't her reality per her
No.
stories. But I think like somebody like Demi probably had no idea going in. Like
No, I
no.
think Demi said like that was one of the best times in my life. Like that
Yeah.
was at least the first Camp Rock was that
Yeah.
idyllic, at least for Demi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Demi
Yeah, go
tells a
for it.
story where she was like the first time I heard my voice, like
Mm.
before we started filming, the first time I heard my voice on the track with Joe Jonas. She was like, I was just crying. Like that was the craziest thing. And you remember it's like, yeah, she did Barney, but she wasn't famous. Like
Mhm.
she did that As the
No.
Bell Rings for Disney Channel. Like she was not, Demi was like at that point a nobody in the industry.
Exactly.
She was like a fan of the Jonas Brothers who like got this amazing,
Exactly.
and I was like, that's just so sweet. And it does make me happy to hear that she had a wonderful experience doing it, at least at the time, because you ever like
Mhm.
look back on things that you like loved that mean so much to you as a child and you find out that people were
Yeah.
miserable when they were doing it and you were like, oh,
Yes.
that changes it for me. It
Yeah.
makes you not agree with, but kind of understand why, you know, publicists and stuff try to spin the narrative of like people's relationships or like what, because they want that matters.
Yeah.
People know that the actors are separate
Absolutely.
from the story, but not enough. So
Yeah.
it does make me happy to hear that like probably for the most part it was like a very fun, wild kids having a
I
good
think the
summer thing.
second one was wildly different because at that time
So different. Joe and
Demi and
Demi
Joe had dated or were dating
were
and then
dating, but
broke
I
up
think
right
it was
before the
kind of wild.
tour.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that was crazy. There's a video of them singing together on like Good Morning America right after
Yes.
they broke up, and they're singing Wouldn't Change a Thing from the second movie. And they're both staring straight ahead, dead eyes, like won't look at each other. They are looking miserable. You could tell they're like fulfilling a contract obligation to be there. And it is just like, oh my God, something dark is happening inside Camp Rock. Something dark is afoot.
Yes. Yeah, I was trying to like make a timeline yesterday, and I got to a point where I was like, you don't need to do this. It's not that serious. Of like Demi's addiction and like what was going on at this point.
I think that the Jonas Brothers got high for the first time with Demi, like weed
Oh, that
high.
makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Which is crazy because she was the youngest, I think.
I think, I mean, she certainly was, she was the unknown, which I think made the
Yeah.
movie really cool and
Yes.
sort of wish
Yes.
fulfillment. Yeah,
Totally.
absolutely.
That's another reason why it's like Selena would have bodied it, but to have someone that you could like project your
Hmm.
self onto, you can't project yourself onto Selena Gomez. She
And
was
that
one
you
of the biggest
hadn't,
stars.
yeah,
Yes. To be able to be like,
yes.
that girl's
You like
like
had a
me.
pre-existing relationship, yeah, with Selena
Yes.
Gomez.
She was already
Oh
aspirational.
my
She was already
gosh.
someone you wanted to be. To be able to look at somebody who you
Yeah.
were like, that's like me. She's a regular girl. And then obviously she wasn't. She's so talented and she's Demi Lovato. But at the time, she was just another girl. That's the
Yes.
special sauce. That's the special sauce.
Disney did know how to pick them, and maybe they still do. I don't know, but they knew.
They knew. They really did. Them and their purity rings.
Yeah.
Wild.
I have this big quote that I wrote down is when Mitchie stands up to Tess.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it is sort of like, here's the theme, guys. It's also one of the longest sentences I've ever seen. All one sentence. I may be the cook's daughter and my father might not be rich, but I'm a much better person than someone who feels good about herself because she makes everyone else feel bad.
Can you imagine having to memorize that?
At 15.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she was like nervous and shy and like knew the bigness of the moment, but also being
Yeah.
like, guys, can
Make
we
this
please put
short.
some periods in there? Can we please?
I'm literally begging. I'm begging you guys.
I
I remember that.
know.
And is this the point where, wait, this is not the big confrontation. Oh my God. This is like towards the end after Tess is like,
Yes.
clean it up or something like that. Tess like says something shitty and she
Yes. With the
whatever.
food fight.
Yes. Rewinding a bit to when
Hmm.
Tess kind of blows up her spot in front of the whole camp and in front of Shane Gray.
Yes.
When I tell you to this day, I watched obviously Camp Rock the other day to not that I needed to
Yes.
because I knew, but just as a refresher, I did my annual rewatch of Camp Rock. And this scene, I believed it then and I believe it now. When Shane is standing behind Mitchie and hearing all of this, and then she turns around and she's crying and she's like, I never meant to lie to you. Like that, I was like, they're in love. Those two people
Mm.
are in love with each other. They have not been this good actors for the rest of the movie. This is the best acting in the whole movie. There are complicated feelings here, and you guys are channeling them into this. Like it was so clear to me. It was so clear to me. And I rewatched and I said, I still stand by it. That acting is her
There
best
is,
acting in
yes.
the whole movie and his.
And there is a moment at the end where the Shane has been looking for Demi's voice throughout and they start singing together and there is the handhold.
The slow
They like
handhold as the
put their
camera
hands
pans
together.
around them. Oh,
It is
it's a
erotic.
it's
It
erotic. It
is
is erotic.
incredible.
And it's so funny. He's wearing like skinny jeans and a blazer in that moment. But then they do this
Yes.
Disney Channel thing. And I'm convinced that this is what happened because it is what happened in High School Musical
Hmm.
1, where you can tell there was a moment where they shot a kiss and then they decide whether or not they're going to use
Mm.
it. And they don't use it in High School Musical 1 and they don't use it in Camp Rock. But the High School Musical 1 moment is at the end of the basketball game when they win. After all of that stuff, they almost kiss, they get interrupted, and then they lean in and the camera pans away.
Mm.
And I was like, that was a kiss. The Camp Rock one was downstairs after the final jam. They're like beneath the stage or backstage or something. And he's like, I found my girl. And she was like, can you ride later or something? I don't know what they're saying. And then they just like
Yeah.
stand there for too long looking at each other. Like the editing is horrifying in that one moment. You go like, what is
Mm.
happening? Like, is there more to this scene or can we go to the next thing? Like they wanted
Yes.
the end of the scene to be like big enough that you felt like they connected, but they were like, we can't make them kiss yet. We haven't earned that.
Mm-mm.
They've earned it. They should have
Purity
kissed.
rings.
But yeah, 100%. But if you go back and watch that moment, you're like, oh my God, the editing is deranged here.
Oh my gosh.
It's really
I
truly
bet.
deranged. Oh God.
I
That
don't
movie
think I clocked
changed my brain
that. And
chemistry.
yeah. And yeah,
You will
I
now.
love that like that Demi and Joe find each other and they do this big number and then the final jam happens, which like because of the nature of the camp, I'm like, "Oh, we just had this choreographed already." Like it's not
100%.
necessarily suspending disbelief. It's like, "No, we
Well,
also prepped this."
that's because what I loved about Camp Rock, which made me, and I love High School Musical, I know every line of every High School Musical movie, but what made it more impactful to me as a young person is there was so much less of a suspension of disbelief in Camp Rock. Almost
Mhm.
all of the numbers that they did, they were all performance. There was never like
Yes.
breaking into song to break into song. That happened in Camp Rock 2, which is why Camp Rock 2 wasn't as good. Camp Rock 1 never had a we break into song musical moment.
It's
They
all
were all
backstage.
performance.
Like, yeah.
And that's why I think that that was not that final. I know exactly what you're talking about. That final jam where they're all doing the most complicated dance of the whole movie had to have been like, okay, and this is the like, because you know the leader of the camp goes, and we've reached the end of final jam. I think
Brown.
Brown, the end of final jam. I think he was just like, all right, before we do this, before we get all the dancers on stage, Demi, have your moment. You know, like that was definitely
Yes.
choreographed. That was meant to happen.
And I love how they like go to each member of the ensemble
Ugh,
and
I
they have a
know.
moment. It's so fulfilling and good.
That song is so
Ugh,
good. I still know that dance as much as I know the High School Musical dance. Like I know the raise your hands up in the air and scream. Oh my God, it's such a good song. We're finding our voice, Father, we're on our dreams. It's so good. Every song's a
and
banger.
we have to talk about Margaret.
I wonder because she didn't sing that.
Oh,
No, no,
okay.
no. It's another singer. I think it's the woman who wrote the song sings it. But I
Oh,
wonder
okay.
what that conversation was. I wonder if it was like she wasn't a singer, but they wanted her for the role and they were like, oh, we'll just use the
Hmm.
demo. Because as a kid, I wouldn't have friggin' known. I wouldn't have known that that wasn't her
No,
singing. Just like I didn't know it wasn't Zac Efron singing in the first movie, you know?
Drew Seeley.
Drew Seeley, God, that poor man. I think he was supposed to
Mm.
be in Camp Rock. I think he was the one who was
Oh,
supposed to be in Camp Rock, but when they had Demi in it, they needed a bigger star.
that
Drew
makes
got
total sense.
such the short end of the
Yeah.
stick with Disney. It was supposed to be Drew and Selena, and that's why they did another Cinderella story together.
Which tell me something I don't know from another Cinderella story was like the number one
Tell me,
track on
tell
my
me, tell me
iPad.
something I
My
don't
iPod.
know. It's so good. And
It is
Selena was
so
perfect for that
good.
movie. These songs that were written for Disney in this time were like truly unmatched. I don't hear it happening, but maybe it's just because
Yes.
I'm not the audience they're marketing to now.
Correct. Margaret slash Peggy's song, Here I Am, she is like the backup dancer. She's overlooked. She's like a surprise performance, late entry, performs this incredible song called Here I
Heart wrenching.
Am.
Yeah. She plays
That
guitar.
she plays
She plays
guitar. That
electric
moment
guitar.
rearranged me
Yeah.
because I did not identify with Tess, the mean girl. I did not identify with Demi. I felt like a sidekick for all of my childhood. So to see her get up there, kill it, win, and the
Win Final
song
Jam.
is I exist.
Yeah.
Win fine. And sort of expect that Demi is not going to win the final jam. That just feels like the structure of a lot of Disney
Yeah.
Channel movies and
100%.
stuff. Margaret wins, and we're all like, that is correct,
That's
deserved.
right.
I'm on board
Yes.
emotionally. You're
100%.
in it.
Also, one of my favorite lines that comes right before that when the two girls decide to
Mhm.
stand up to Tess is they
Yeah.
give the other girl, what was her character name? The third friend.
Oh, Anna Maria
Yeah.
Perez de Tagle.
I
Yeah,
remember I loved that name. It took you an hour to say it. There should have been
yes, I
punctuation
still
in her
do.
name. And it's so classy. Like her name is so gorgeous. Anyway, she has a fantastic line.
Oh.
She sings in Hasta La Vista. That's she breaks away from Tess. She becomes the female singer dancer in Hasta La Vista. She doesn't win, but she has the
Mhm.
best mic drop line of the moment. After they stand up to Tess and she's walking away, Anna Maria Perez de Taglia turns around and goes, "And FYI, your lip gloss is so not glossy anymore." And does like a growl on the so, and I thought like,
Mhm.
oh yes, girl, like that. I was like the clapback of the century, and I really like that they gave her
Yes.
moment if she wasn't gonna win something.
Yes. And her Hasta La Vista outfit is very nice.
That
So
sparkly,
shiny.
yes, that sparkly shirt. I loved that. The weird
So
capri, the skinny jean capris were strange, but they were of the time. They were of the time.
everything was, yeah, capri length. Like when Tess does Too Cool for You in
White
her like
capris.
golden dress
Yes.
with the shawl and the tights under, and the tights
White
are
capris
capris.
leggings. Yeah, they're white capri leggings. It's very Disney
Which
Channel.
As they should be. Like as good as Mitchie's Final Jam outfit is, she is wearing like some kind of blazer. Like it
Yes.
seems like
Yes.
business casual.
The two of them are holding hands in a moment that my child, like you said, my child like brain could only describe as the most erotic thing I'd ever seen in my life. Both of them are
Yes.
dressed business casual. Both of them are in like casual blazers, skinny jeans, a big belt, a statement belt.
So many statement belts. There's a moment where she's like going to the first day of camp or something, and she's freaking out and she's going through her mom's closet, and she puts on one of her mom's huge t-shirts with like the
A big chunky
sickest
belt.
belt.
Yes. Like a
Ugh,
big thick belt.
so good. The statement necklaces were so long, so critical, often owls. Last
Yes, owl
episode,
necklaces. Oh,
owls were everywhere.
everywhere.
I was so astonished by so much of this movie. Truly, so much of it is about money
Oh
and
yeah.
parents. I wonder. So, one of the sweetest lines in the movie, I love the relationship between Mitchie and her mom. I think it's so sweet. She's
Yep.
not dead. Mitchie has both parents.
Yep. They
Mitchie,
both
so
love her.
her,
They both like her. Yeah.
they love her. Connie's like, I'm sorry you didn't win Final Jam. And it's a cheesy line, and I love it anyway. I won the best summer of my life thanks to you. So
Ew. Oh my
sweet.
God. I literally just got emotional. I like,
Yes.
and it makes it them having a good relationship obviously makes her lying
Mm.
so much more heartbreaking because you
Yes.
like Connie, because you're like, you're a good
Well,
mom
you
and you're
love
trying really
Connie.
hard and you're nice and you are involved in your kid's life. So
Yeah.
watching her mother feel the sadness that her child was embarrassed to say that
Great
that was her mother,
acting.
it's so real. It's so real. And it's like such a, I think that a thing that I can't speak to a young boy's experience, but like
Mhm.
I think young girls, like no matter what your parents do, and it might not even be what your parents do, like at some point, like I had a great relationship. I still do, obviously, with my mother, but like growing up, I was very close to my mom. And there were certain things that I was like embarrassed about because I was so close to my mom. Like other people's moms aren't coming to this, like blah, blah, blah. And it's like that must have been so sad for my mom, where I was like, no, it's embarrassing if you're there, which is such a teenage thing to go through. And Mitchie's version
Yes.
is much more violent,
Mhm.
but it is a thing that when you're a kid and you watch somebody else do it to their mom and you go, oh shit, that's
I shouldn't do that.
my that
Yeah.
mom's a person who's like been hurt by this, and that mom's a
Yeah.
person who then is like healed by that line of being like, this was the best thing ever and it's because of you. Oh,
Yeah.
it makes me emotional.
Genuinely. And that moment where it's revealed that Mitchie's been lying and the mom is in the background is so devastating. And the mom is like never missteps. Very early on, Mitchie's like, I've been invited to like stay in the cabin of some of these girls. And her mom is like, absolutely. Go
Yeah,
for it. Go with
you
God.
have to do it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Show up
And
on
then,
time, but do what you got to do.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like do work. I need you here. I need help. Like these are the
Yeah.
conditions. But I wonder so much like how my parents were not paying attention when Camp Rock was on. I know that. But I wonder how like parents heard that message and that storyline. I wonder if they were like, "Oh, I'm so glad Disney's saying this." I wonder if they're like, "They want me to give up my job so my kid can have their dream."
Well, it's funny because right after Camp Rock is when I was like,
Mhm.
that's actually not true. I think School of Rock was the first movie that I saw kids in that I was
Mm.
like, I want to be an actor. Like that was like 2005. No, it was maybe 2003.
May I
2003. I feel
it
like I was
5 feels right. I
2005.
don't know.
And then I saw Camp Rock and I was like, it wasn't like I want to be an actor anymore. It was like I signed up for this class and because I had access to the internet and I want to move to LA
Yeah.
and like all of this stuff. And my mom was like, whoa, 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 whoa. But she did take it seriously. We didn't move to LA, but she would come. My mom's like my mom has worked in marketing my whole life. My dad is a chef.
Oh.
Both of them were like, you should be an accountant. Like my mom wanted me to work with old people so bad because she's like, the baby boomers are all getting old and you can take care of them for
That's
money.
logical.
100%. She did not want me to be an actor, but I was so relentless. I would cry after Camp Rock. I was so like, I'm missing it. Like I'm missing the boat. And she became like such a. So I know my mom has seen Camp Rock 3,000 times because I like. There's no way
Because
she
you've
didn't.
seen it 3,000
Yeah,
times. Yeah.
literally. Like there's no way she hasn't. But yeah, I remember her being like, "We're not doing that. That's not what's gonna happen here. I'm not moving
Oh
to
my gosh.
California." My mom, as soon as she got on board, like as soon as she realized that I was not going to shut up about it, like I was going to be
Mhm.
miserable if we didn't do this,
Yes.
She was gung-ho. She figured it out. She joined the message board so we wouldn't get scammed, with the wrong acting class. Like, my mom
Critical.
was like 10 toes to the floor, like, doing it.
That's so nice.
But yeah, I mean, I made her life miserable. I mean, I was like
There was no
crying.
avoiding
I
it.
would lay on the floor and
Yeah.
cry. So it really
And
was, her
here
life would
you
be worse if
are
she didn't. Here I am in a
on
closet in my own house.
Broadway.
That was very fun. That was very fun. I want to see Demi on Broadway. That's who I want to see on Broadway.
Oh my God. Yes. Not
She'd
knowing
kill it.
anything about the musical Sunset Boulevard, I feel like that's her.
I think she could do it. I think that she could bring a really true edge to that show.
I need her memoir.
I
I
think
need to dive back into her current music just to see what,
Nick
or just
Jonas is back on
some of those
Broadway.
first
Get
two.
get Demi back.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, get Demi in there. I don't think she's ever
Demi,
been on.
I don't know.
I don't think she has.
I don't know. I know, like, try it.
No, she seems so happy now and so like relaxed, and
Oh
like
my
she
God.
seems like she's like kind of being like, I'm living a little bit of a normal life for right now. And I'm like, I love that for you. She seems so happy. I think she's married.
Thank gosh.
Oh, she looks so like healthy and like,
I think so. We're engaged.
yeah, good
Yeah.
for her. Give us the album when you're ready, Queen.
Good
Give us the
for
album when you're
her.
ready.
Yeah. Although just the chorus of 29 just comes to me
Oh,
sometimes and
oh,
propels me.
how is Wilmer Valderrama walking this earth still? I like the way I would hop off a bridge if that gorgeous ballad was written
Murder.
about me. I would just say, this has been fun. I'm hopping off
And
the nearest bridge.
exactly. That's the end of my 3 pages of notes. Is there anything
I'm
you wanted to talk about that we have not covered?
Yes, obviously I could talk for 3 hours, but ultimately, no. It's like, if you've listened this far and have not seen Camp Rock, I can't say that it will change your life now, but you must watch it with the weight and the understanding that it changed so many people's lives back in 2008. And I just think for that reason, culturally, it's worth the watch.
If you do not remember 2008 and want to understand the world in which Obama was elected, watch that
A
movie.
million percent. A million percent. I don't
Yeah.
know what else we could
Obviously,
possibly
it's a
tell you
time
to watch this
capsule.
movie. Yeah. I'm
And the
gonna find
music
that
is
Jonas
so
Brothers thing.
good.
It's so good. I
Yes.
literally at now the rest of the day I'm gonna be jamming to that in the car. Like, that's what I'm driving around to. That's what I am driving around to.
No skips. Really, truly.
No, it's
Yeah.
perfect. It's amazing.
Would you consider it required viewing?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. You're like,
Culturally.
that's what I've been
Culturally.
saying.
My nose starts
Yeah.
bleeding. I'm like, yes. Yes.
I agree.
Perfect. It's perfect.
The music is without a doubt better than High School Musical. Maybe not High School Musical 2. I
Hands
haven't seen
down.
it in a while, but like without a doubt. Like, because Bop to the Top is not about the complex inner lives of those characters.
No, neither is Fabulous. I want
It's
fabulous.
not.
That's High School Musical too, I know, but Breaking Free, absolutely. Of course, there are ones in there
Mhm.
that are
Yes.
iconic, plot driving, emotional songs, but it was song after song after song after song in Camp Rock. There were no misses.
Every single one. Even like we don't know the character really at all who's got what it takes. And
Mm-hmm.
yet that song, I am listening and I'm like, this is a good lesson for girls. Who's got
Mm-hmm.
what it takes to make me glow?
100%. 100%. Couldn't have said it better myself.
That's all I've got. Thank you so much. I
Thank you so
loved
much.
this.
What a treat. I'll find that picture of me with the Jonas Brothers and send it to you.
Please.
Yeah, I got you. Erin, thanks for having me.
Mitchie. I will turn off the recording.
Whoop, whoop.